Afghanistan has left the country. He is headed elsewhere. So we have been saying this. Listen, we knew, and we said this at the top of this broadcast here, that there had been reports of that NBC had not confirmed it. We now have. So it is another piece to this incredibly significant development that has occurred. Because as Richard has explained, as Andrea Mitchell, as Courtney Kube, as our team on the ground overseas has explained, this is one of the linchpins for the Taliban to formally and sort of officially take over in Kabul, take over the capital, and make that declaration that Richard referenced. Lindsay, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I wanted to make sure that people knew that, and that is the reporting that we now have, Lindsay.
Certainly, and that is the latest coming out of Afghanistan. And right now we want to get reaction from Congresswoman Jackie Speer, Democrat from California, who sits on the House Intelligence Oversight and Armed Services Committees. And Congresswoman, before we ask you about what Richard said about really the colossal intelligence failures here, what is your reaction to Afghan President Ghani fleeing the country?
Well, he is the commander-in-chief of the Afghan armed forces. So what does that tell us? It tells us that the army is no longer with a leader. This is a crisis of untold proportions. And I would agree with Richard, this is an intelligence failure. We underestimated the Taliban and overestimated the resolve of the Afghan army. We spent $2 trillion in Afghanistan over 20 years, both in terms of training and equipping the armed forces, providing them with the planes that they needed, giving the country all kinds of resources for reconstruction. And we saw it happen over and over again where money was used for other purposes, that there was corruption in the government, there was corruption in those to which U.S. money was given. My big fear now is that we have 3.5 million young girls who've been educated now, that we've seen women, life expectancy increase by 10 years, that 27% of the parliament was made up of women. Women are going to have targets on their backs, and I have been saying for months now that we needed